Thank you, Steph, for asking me. Not so keen on asking me to speak, but here I am, and you all seem such a nice audience. I'm much more relaxed, especially after a glass of wine. So thank you, Steph, and lovely to see you all here tonight. What is there not to love about lactoferrin? The glycoprotein found naturally in the body is the most multifunctioning nutraceutical I use, but one of its key benefits is to our immune system, as I hope I can explain tonight. We produce lactoferrin endogenously in our mucosal secretions, so think tears, breast milk, saliva. And what I love about something we make in the body is that substances made in the body normally exhibit more than one benefit and are so much more nuanced in their mechanisms of action than something from outside the body. Produced in these mucous membranes where we have entry or exit points to the body, lactoferrin is the ultimate multitasker. It needs to be, as it's a vital part of our innate immune system. Now, for those that don't know, the innate immune system is the body's first line of defense against germs entering. And colostrum, which is the foremilk produced in the breast after birth, is particularly rich in lactoferrin, with 7 times more than in the mature breast milk that follows. This is indicative of the natural importance of its role in priming the baby's immune system. Newborns need a massive immune boost at birth as they suddenly become exposed to our filthy world, teeming with bugs. Lactoferrin is a big part of priming their immune systems. It truly is a multifunctioning protein and has been dubbed the Swiss Army knife of the human host defense system by scientists. I wish I'd thought that up. I love the concept. This term makes clear how its benefits extend well beyond immune support, but I'd need a whole evening to justify quite what a game-changing miracle molecule, another term coined by scientists, and you'll be glad that tonight I'm just going to stick to its role in immunity. So one of the most well-known benefits of lactoferrin is that it binds iron. This is a key feature, thereby starving unhelpful bacteria or other pathogens of a crucial food source. I think a lot don't know that lots of bugs live on iron. But it also helps keep that iron for our needs. So many unwanted bugs in the body rely on a ready supply of iron, and hence anemia is so common with infection. And by removing this iron, lactoferrin stops the pathogen's ability to survive and thrive. But it isn't just this aspect that makes it good for immunity. It also exhibits direct antimicrobial activity. Microbes are germs. Against the germs by damaging their microbial membranes and inhibiting their ability to take hold in our bodies. This is true in all known pathogens, so it works against viruses, bacteria, yeast, and parasites. That's quite some feat. Another key feature of lactoferrin is as a biofilm disruptor. I don't know how much you know, but bacteria and other organisms that we don't want in the body, and those that we do, so good bacteria too, can create biofilms around themselves. And with bad bacteria, that prevents them being detected by our immune system. Think of it like a chemical layer that evades our immune defense. They're clever little blighters. Results show that even small amounts of lactoferrin stop those biofilms forming. So it can also stop biofilm formation in the mouth. And we now know there's a key link between our oral health and so many diseases of old age and other neurodegenerative diseases like Parkinson's. So heart disease, dementia too. We really need to protect our oral microbiome, the army of good bacteria in our mouths, as carefully as we do our gut microbiome. More on the gut shortly. Leapfrog IMMUNE, being a chewable tablet that is absorbed straight through the oral tissue, is so useful in this regard. The lactoferrin, vitamin C and zinc get straight into the oral tissue as quickly as the tablet is dissolved. It also has potent antiviral activity, lactoferrin. The whole problem with viruses is that they take over our cells. But lactoferrin can prevent viruses from getting into those cells in the first place. Even if they do get in, lactoferrin's been shown to stop these viruses replicating once inside. This is a key part of its beneficial role in colds, flu, and respiratory illnesses, and even SARS-CoV-19. Lactoferrin has been shown to not only prevent colds and flu if used daily as a preventative, but also shorten the duration of that illness. And that's what Steph's customers keep reporting. In 2020, that horrible year, a groundbreaking study came out of the University of Michigan in which they screened over 1,400 commercially available drugs and compounds to see, and natural compounds, to see if any might offer resistance against COVID. Out of them all, and that includes hydroxychloroquine and remdesivir, lactoferrin came out on top. We like to think of it as Mother Nature squaring up to Big Pharma. It's one talented little molecule. So inflammation is a key response to our body to infection. It's a very important response, but it's a double-edged sword. We need that inflammatory response to combat the infection and repair tissue damage, but this can then lead to chronic inflammatory conditions and sometimes an over-response by our immune systems. Lactoferrin helps the body turn off this inflammation once the threat has passed. So the key is that lactoferrin can enhance the immune system by stimulating it, but also turn down any overreaction. As you're well aware, I'm sure, an additional problem, well, the main problem with COVID was the potential, and is the potential, for triggering a cytokine storm that causes large-scale inflammation and terrible tissue damage that was life-threatening to so many. So lactoferrin is immunomodulatory. It modulates the immune system to respond appropriately. And this is where nature is so clever. So many other immune boosters are just that. They boost the immune system, which can of course be helpful, but it can be too much help. The well-known immune booster echinacea is a case in point, and this is where you can run into problems. Many of us, for complex reasons, which I bored a few of you with earlier, have an overactive immune system. Think allergies, histamine, eczema, psoriasis, and the big problem in modern life is autoimmunity. Autoimmune conditions are on the rise, and it's worrying. Our worlds are so toxic that our immune systems are on overdrive much of the time anyway. And nasty conditions like rheumatoid, lupus, type 1 diabetes, MS, these conditions happen when the immune system goes rogue. The body's defense system gets confused between friend and foe. It over-responds and attacks food proteins that have escaped undigested through a leaky gut lining, which is a whole nother topic, and can go on to get confused further and then attack self-tissue. Autoimmunity is a complete loss of self-tolerance. But trusty lactoferrin will modulate that response and bring the body back into balance. One can't discuss autoimmunity without first explaining the gut connection, but I'm going to be very brief. Gut connection to our immune system. The gut is home to over 70% of our immune system, and an unhealthy gut microbiome, that's the good army of bacteria, can cause inflammation, weaken and imbalance our immune system, leading to disease. Lactoferrin promotes the growth of selected probiotic strains in the gut, particularly Lactobacillus and Bifido, and has the power to strengthen our gut lining, protecting the function of that gut barrier and therefore our immune health. So I think that's enough science from me, and I hope what you've garnered from today's talk is quite what a game-changing nutraceutical lactoferrin is, and how versatile it is in its uses, and that's just for the immune system. It's a Swiss Army knife I'd rather not be without.